few days. But we have 5 stories today. We have an update on the KFC spatter that has been arrested. We have a story on the BTS scam. And we have another one on mom kills 11-month-old. And monkey see, monkey do. And arrested while waiting for barber. Stay with me and let's get into it. With our first story of the day, and I will put a link up above. But in this article, the first article will show how this girl in the yellow dress, she spat at the worker, and that was a few days ago. So now let's read. It looks like there's an update. The police arrest woman who spat at KFC worker to investigate man who made offensive remarks against the migrant worker on Twitter. The Singapore, a 42-year-old woman who spat on a KFC worker had been arrested under charges of creating a public nuisance, the police said on Saturday, April 25th. The incident happened at the KFC outlet and Next shopping mall on Wednesday. And they actually took down the video. It was pretty popular, but they took it down. The investigation showed that the woman had an argument with a member of the service staff at the outlet when she was told to wait for her order, the police said. The woman was unhappy with the wait and she shouted and spat at the staff. Have you ever spat at a staff member for telling you must wait for your food? I'd be interested to know. She had already left the outlet when the police arrived, but the officers from the Ang Mo Khao Police Division established her identity and subsequently arrested her on Friday. Police investigations are ongoing. The police are also looking for a possible breacher of the COVID-19 circuit breaker measures committed by the woman, the police said. Ooh. If the offender knew that the act would probably cause injury to others, the person could be jailed for up to 3 months and fined up to $2,000. Yeah, Singapore is crazy right now with those lockdown orders. The police take a serious view of such egregious and irresponsible behavior, especially in the current COVID-19 situation, the police said. Meanwhile, the police also said Saturday that they are investigating a 34-year-old man for prompting enmity between different racial groups. Oh boy. The police also had received a report linked to offensive conduct against the Indian migrant worker who posed on Twitter with this handle above. Bedok Police Division officers identified the Twitter user on Thursday. The man is believed to be involved with the 2 cases involving the offensive tweets and the spitter. Okay, so what do you think? Do you think this person spitting on somebody could cause them to get sick? And if that's the case, when people start fighting, little young kids and stuff, are we gonna have a lot of lawsuits going around? I don't know. Leave your thoughts below on this story. And be careful with your KFC because it's spitting, finger licking good. Okay, moving on to the second story. This is about a BTS fan who was swindled by financial fraud. There's all these scams going on right now. And this one, because BTS is a popular K-pop group, very popular. They have video games and they're like number 5. They actually sold more albums than the Beatles. Judy Bay, at 19, a member of the Golden Fan Club of South Korean boy band BTS, known as ARMY, never thought she would be exposed to financial fraud risk until she received a Twitter message from a fellow member asking for money in December last year. Pretending as an ARMY member, the man, who turned out to be in his 20s, claimed that he needed money so that he could buy new albums or rare photo images of BTS members. He said he would pay her back soon, but never kept his promise. Have you ever had a friend who asked you for money? What did they ask you for the money for? And did they pay you back? Yes or no? Did you give them the money? Bay sent over 1 million won, $800. Wow, that's gone down quite a bit. It used to be like 1 million won would be like $1,100, but now, wow, that's bad. Okay, 1 million won for her fellow BTS fan. But it was too late for her to realize that she sent out a solidarity was irreversible. I trusted him, and have sent him money in several installments so far, but he never paid me back, ignoring my calls, messages, she said. So why did you give him money more than once? That's kind of strange. In fear of telling her parents of losing money, Bay researched online and discovered she was not the only one. Bay is one of a number of teenagers who have been victims of financial fraud schemes targeted at young idol fans. Okay, financial fraud is usually somebody convinces you to give them money, but it's a lie. They can say, "Give me money, and I will buy us Disneyland tickets," but he never gets the tickets. A 27-year-old youth considered identified only by her surname, Jong, launched a Twitter community in March to seek the relief measures for teen victims. The community now has around 30 members who claim to be victims of unexpected financial fraud. Around 70% of them were underage, with the total damage reached about some 13 million won. So where are these kids getting all the money? Why are their parents giving them big money? But then again, Americans, parents let their kids swipe all those video game FIFA cards or Pokemon cards, so I don't know. There is a close bond between teenage fans that makes them easy for swindlers. Swindlers means scam. To deceive them, posts for teenagers said, Jung, starting this year, I ever heard of many similar cases in which swindlers beg for money, saying they are in a bit of a tight financially due to the virus outbreak. Young idol fans are often targeted for such financial fraud as offenders take advantage of underage students' inability to take legal steps to recover financial damages, according to the local police. That's actually interesting. You know, I'm pretty sure in America you can file a claim and you don't have to be an adult. An adult in America is 18. In Korea, you're adult when you're 19. But it appears to be in Korea you have to be an adult to file a claim. Teenagers can't file a civil lawsuit without telling their parents. Even if they have legal representation, to pursue civil lawsuits to get their money back from offenders, it can take a long period of time, with relevant legal expenses to surpass 1 million won, even for minor thievery fraud cases, said Lim Han, the head of the cybercrime investigation. All right. Online money transfer scams targeting teenagers have been on the rise. As of 2019, the SNS posts that involved illegal financial transactions with teenagers, as well as with college students, reached 12,000, 9 times higher than a year earlier. So I'm going to stop there. But have you ever been swindled out of money, scammed out of money? If so, by who and how? And what did you do after you found out you were scammed and swindled? Did you get your money back? Did you lose a friendship? Uh, what happened? Please tell your story below. Like, comment, and subscribe. Moving on. As you know, we usually hear many stories of women and children being the victim of domestic violence and all men bad. But this is like the 4th day in a row now that we've had a woman kill her child or a baby. So this takes place in Japan, and a mother arrested after 11-month-old daughter drowns in a bathtub. Again, do mothers not know how to parent because they've been too, I don't know, focused on themselves through their childhood that they've lost their mother bearings to be a parent? Let's get into it. Police in Kashiwa, have arrested a 33-year-old unemployed woman on the suspicion of killing her 11-month-old daughter by drowning her in a bathtub at their apartment. According to the police, Mako Kawaka drowned her daughter, Keiko, sometimes between 7:30 a.m. and 5 p.m. on Thursday, Sheko reported. She called 110 after 5 p.m. 110 is like 911 or 119 emergency number in your local country, and was taken to the hospital where she was pronounced dead. The police said Kawashwaka has admitted to the charge and quoted her saying she was stressed from child raising. Her husband was at work during the day. Wow, so he's at work paying the bills and his wife killed his child. Local media reported that Kawashwaka had consulted the child welfare authorities about and NCC said she felt about child rearing soon after Katie was born. Child Welfare Center officials said she had been receiving guidance and that there had been no indication of child abuse. Well, what do you guys think about that? Do you really think women should be left alone with their child? Do you think they've lost touch in raising children? Is it too much work for them now? But if everybody before 1970s was just fine doing it. Why? Why is it so different now? Are women that far out of touch? All right. Now, leave your comments below on that. Moving on to the next story. Teenage vandalizes house after owner informs Jakarta governor about mass prayer. Now, this kind of got attention because this monkey see, monkey do. You snitch on me, I will do something back to you. So, a group of teenagers vandalized a house in Jakarta suburb, Japan, East Jakarta. So this is Jakarta, Indonesia. Allegedly because the owner, a man named Abhishek, reported a mass Targwa evening Ramadan prayer at a nearby mosque in Jakarta. The video of the assault was shown as the teenagers destroy Akusha's fence and throw firecrackers at his house went viral on social media. Pologdong District head Balong Palo said the attack took place on Thursday after Agwash, who lives next to Awash Mosque, recording a mass thawa at the mosque. And then, so he took the pictures of the video footage. The teenagers found that after checking the mosque CCTV, they were angry at his family, so they decided to throw fireworks at his house to destroy his potted plants and fence. Bang Bong told, man, so much bad English. Okay, but so this is my question. So, you know how you hear, oh my gosh, your neighbors are watching on you, your neighbors are spying on you. In this case, who is wrong? Okay, there was a mandatory lockdown. That is true. The kids went in and they were praying in a mosque. So your neighbor, they call on you, then they get in trouble by the police. So these kids go back to his house and they throw firecrackers and they break his stuff. So who is in the right? Who is in the wrong? This is why communities should try to bond together. Yes, maybe you're doing something illegal, but you know what? I got your back, you got my back. Or, if the police stop you, that's fine, but I'm not going to intervene. I don't know. Where do you stand on this? Should the kids of mine not done what they did? Should the old man gone his own way? Or would you have done what the old man did? Or would you have done what the teenagers did? Please leave your comments below. Like, comment, and subscribe on this. For crime today is waiting for a barber. 13 arrested for defying the MCO lockdown. So they have this picture here. As you can see, all these people are waiting. The barber is not even here, but they're waiting to get their hair cut. Not that many of them really look like they need a haircut, but let's get into the story. 13 men were arrested for breaching the MCO this is Malaysia, after they were caught waiting for a haircut at the barber shop in Jakarta. Sabakipara Ukucha, gosh, these names are so hard, said the suspects were detained at the shop that they were secretly open for the customers on Monday at 3:30 p.m. Acting from a tip off the public, a team of police from the police station headquarters came and raided the shop, he said in a statement. Well, so this is again, the neighbors are tattling on you. He said that the initial investigation revealed that the owner had secretly opened the hair salon and allowed customers to wait their turn for a haircut. Now, this is kind of interesting how in this picture they're waiting. Now, Vietnam had they're open, but when they had semi-open places, they put chairs like every 2 meters apart, like so people could sit outside and like one or two could go in at a time. But I don't know why they couldn't do that in this case. That's why it kind of drew my attention that they could have kept the place open and kept the customers far enough apart, and the barber could have served all of them. But I don't like the snitcher. Okay. So all of them were detained under Regulation 6 of the Prevention and Control and Section 342. Wow. He also advised the public to adhere to the MCO and the government effect to breach the COVID-19 infection. On Sunday, April 26th, Pension recorded the 2 new cases. That's great. So how would you feel if your neighbor snitched on you? And how do you feel that, again, how that the governments can't do something simple like just having seats 2 meters apart, wait your turn? I mean, people in Korea voted that way. People in Vietnam sat that way. So why couldn't they be more productive? And why do you have snitchers? Leave your comments below. What should we do with the snitcher? What should we do with the people who want a haircut? Like, comment, and subscribe. Hi. The small clip you saw was brought to you by Loyal World News. If you like what you saw, you should subscribe and look up my daily Loyal World News report for its full version. If you don't want to watch it on YouTube, prefer to be on the road, I also have a podcast in every full-length video I put up.